Hey everyone, I hope you are fine. Today for this video, I will tell you 2 stories that I saw from the website Reddit. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe.
18 Sergeant Central. 19 Sergeant, check.
This story was written by Simon, and it happened 2 years ago. During summer holidays, Simon was going with his family to San Francisco for 1 week. They were doing lots of activities like surfing, playing tennis, or hiking. One evening, I was at a restaurant with my family and friends, and while we were eating, I noticed that a lonely guy looked at me with a very cold look for a long time. After 10 long minutes, he stops looking at me and leaves the restaurant. Simon then indicates that he is with his family, so he doesn't pay too much attention to what's going on. We were going to the car when I noticed there is one parked right next to ours. This car had the engine and its headlights on. Because of the headlights, we could not distinguish the person behind the windshield. We start driving, and I saw the car follow us. I say nothing to not panic my family. And I did well, because the car ended up turning into the alley just before our house. Everyone go to bed while I go brush my teeth. Once finished, on returning to my room, I realize that my window is open. I'm not panicking. I just think it was me who forgot to close it. I close it and go to bed. I'm currently in my bed, and I hear a breath coming from under my bed. I think I'm dreaming. I check by stopping to breathe, and there was someone who was breathing under my bed. And then I had the idea of going to get my mother, saying that I thought I saw a spider under my bed. My mother comes and looks under my bed, but there is nothing. At that moment, I thought to myself that this is a dream. In the dark, I notice that my wardrobe is closed when it is not supposed to be. In fear, I do not move and fix the wardrobe, but after 30 minutes, the wardrobe opens, and by reflex I squint my eyes to pretend I'm sleeping. Suddenly, a person leans in front of my head and tries to see if I'm sleeping. He stares at me for 5 minutes and then leaves through the window. I run to my parents telling them what happened and see a shadow running out of the house. We called the police and I told them everything that happened. They tell us that by questioning the waiters of the restaurant where I had seen him, and the waiters affirm that the guy came every evening and looked at people attentively. The police never found him, and I don't know what did the guy wanted. Bad intentions? I would never know. The guy who followed me at home. This story is written by Olivia. When I was 23, I rented an apartment in an old boarding house in a neighborhood just outside the sketchy downtown of a mid-sized southern US city. One night, around 2 a.m., I was driving home from my boyfriend's place after we'd had a huge fight. I was teary and not paying much attention to my surroundings. At a traffic light, I pulled up alongside the only other car on the road, made a brief eye contact with the driver, and gave him a quick, absent smile. I guess he took that as some sort of invitation. At the next stoplight, he stared intently into my car with a weird, blank expression. And at the next, and the next, I was seriously uneasy, but it took me a while to realize he was actually following me. I should have driven to a police station, but this was before smartphones, so I didn't know where the closest one was. I thought I was just being paranoid and didn't want to make a fuss. Instead, I circled around out of my way until I no longer saw his headlights behind me. It seemed like he got bored and he moved off. I parallel parked in a tight spot between 2 cars on the street outside the house and cut the engine. And that's when he pulled up alongside me, close enough to the driver's side door that I couldn't have opened it if I tried. So I was blocked in. And now he knew where I lived. The man finally got out of his car and walked around to the passenger side of mine and tried to open the door. I got my phone open and yelled that I was calling the police as I dialed 911. Then he began banging on the window, then slamming his fist on the windshield like he was trying to break it. Then he stopped suddenly. When I finally reached a police officer, I was terrified and trying to give information over the phone. The cops came and took my statement. I lived there for a few more months and didn't get a single solid night's sleep. I don't know if they found him. No one ever let me know the end of this weird man. Unfortunately, it's already the end of these stories from the website Reddit. Propose me in the comments a story or a crime story that you would like me to tell for the next video. If you enjoyed, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. See you next time for a new crime story.